Hello and welcome back to CEO.CA's coverage from Beaver Creek. Gold is pushing all-time highs, and I'm joined by Jim Hesketh of Viva Gold Corp. Jim, thanks so much for joining us today.
Well, thank you very much. Pleasure being here.
So let's start things off with a quick summary of the company. Can you walk us through what's the elevator pitch? What do people need to know about Viva Gold?
Well, Viva Gold, our primary project is the Tonopah Gold Project, located about 20 minutes drive outside of the town of Tonopah. Mm-hmm. And we're also about 30 minutes drive just south of Kinross's Round Mountain Mine. The key is it's mining country. It's a place you can actually build a mine today. There are an awful lot of places with resource where you can't say the same thing, but got paved road, water, power, all the infrastructure you could ever want, actually move a project forward. And that's what I see in our Tonopah project. It has a very strong small, medium mines type potential. It can become a mine.
Mm-hmm. And can you tell me a little bit more of the history behind the project? How did you acquire this asset? What work has been done on it?
Yeah, I first saw this project as part of a merger review between the company. This back in about 2007. I was running a company called Canyon Resources, and I reviewed this project as part of a merger review with Midway Gold. And I always liked the project. I thought it was a bit on the wrong direction, and I kept my eye on it. Well, Midway filed for bankruptcy back in 2014 on the back of developing a different mine asset, and this asset became available, so I acquired it. And we rolled out Viva Gold. It had been a CPC shell as a new list on the Toronto Venture Exchange. That was in November of 2017. And since then, we've been growing the resource on the project, doing the metallurgy, all the things you need to do to move a project forward.
Okay, great. And in terms of moving a project forward, I understand there's some reverse circulation drilling going on. You got 15 to 20 drill holes planned to commence late September.
Right. Well, I was just notified that our drilling permits are in.
Okay.
Took a whole 2 weeks to get them.
Okay.
But, that's not untypical for us. Nevada's a good place to work. It's a great place to work. And the regulators do a fantastic job and turn stuff around. But we just got the permits for that program. And that'll be a program focused on continuing to infill large gaps in our current resource base, judicious step outs, and possibly some additional few exploration holes, not many.
Can you give us a sense of the timelines of that program? When might investors expect to hear updates?
Yeah, we anticipate commencing drilling before month end, and the backlog on the assay labs right now is between 3 and 4 weeks, so it's a pretty quick turnaround. A year or two ago, we were talking more like 4 months. So things have really sped up. Capacity in the labs has improved, so we'll start turning out information hopefully in November.
Okay.
And roll it into program will move quite quickly once we start it.
Okay, fantastic. And so understand there's a pending updated resource and PEA on the cards. What work needs to be completed for these to be published? What are also maybe the timelines?
Yeah, in terms of the PEA, our last PEA we published in January 2022. And since then, we've drilled over 50 drill holes. We've completed a lot of updated metallurgy. We've done a lot of geotechnical work in terms of figuring out pit slope angles and stuff like that. So all of that will be rolled into the new model as a compendium. And that is what we'll build into the final product. Plus whatever drilling we can bring in from the program that's about to start. So there'll be the ability to continue to modify as we move along. But I'm hoping to have the bulk of that work complete prior to year end.
Okay, fantastic. Well, looking forward to that update. I want to talk a little bit about some of the quirks of operating in the area, specifically when it comes to the re-rating of projects once they get permitted. We see this with lots of quite a big valuation gap between the haves and the have-nots. What are your thoughts on that as it relates to Viva?
Well, in terms of looking at the comps in the neighborhood, the acquisition of Goldfields by Centerra, the acquisitions that Anglo Gold have been doing, the acquisitions done by Augusta Resources, the acquisition values for permitted properties have been going for between $100 and $170 an ounce. Viva is currently trading at $15 to $20 per resource ounce. So the potential of completing that hard work of feasibility work and permitting can translate to between a 5 and a 10 time multiple on your current stock. And that's what we're totally invested in, is doing that work and completing that program.
I'm going to change focus just a little here, but would love to hear maybe a bit more about your experience in the industry. Who else is on the team at Viva, and why is this the right team to drive this project?
Yeah, we've got a spectacular team. By background, myself, I'm a mining engineer and mineral economist. Those are my degrees. I've got over 40 years experience. I've built about 8 mines in my career, everything from industrial minerals to copper to gold. And so I've got a big background in engineering, operations, mine development, and fundraising.
Yeah,
I've raised a lot of money in my career. So that's my background. My board, Andy Bolin, he was formerly Director of Operations for Barrick Gold. Ted Mahoney, he was Chief Geologist and Business Development Manager for Barrick. Chris Harold, he was the founding chairman of the Denver Gold Group, very savvy geologist. We've got really an A team, and they're really the type of people that you want to have around you if you're looking at moving a project forward and not just drilling holes. And that's been the focus of the board composition. And, in terms of my guys in the field, they've been working, some of them are third company with me. We've been working together on and off for 20 years. My environmental guy is out of Winnemucca, Nevada. We've permitted 3 mines together now. So it's that type of people and that, that longevity in doing this in the field that allows me to draw them in. Right now, Viva has no employees. All of us are on contract. And so I pay when there's work to be done. We don't have any overheads. And as a result, we're able to continue to put close to 80% of any dollar raised directly into the ground. So that is also a target, is maximizing value for the investing shareholder.
Yeah, really interesting, and I guess a very economical approach to exploration and development.
Yeah, you cannot afford today those big staffs that you used to have, and the offices. Why have them? Yeah. We have our field office.
That's all you need.
Yeah.
So just to wrap up here, Jim, for investors who might be looking at your gold stories, even in the Walker Lane district, why should they be paying attention to Beaver, and why is now an interesting time?
Well, we have a backdrop right now. The dollar's just starting to decline a bit, the U.S. dollar. We've got gold price moving up. That's a good nexus, but that doesn't make a project. What we do have in Viva Gold is a project with location. We're 3 hours from the largest cat dealer, one of the largest in the world in Las Vegas. We're 2 hours from the cyanide manufacturing facility in Winnemucca. Lime suppliers, equipment suppliers, it's all there. We're in the middle of mining country. It's a place you can build a mine. So our focus is on moving the project forward into feasibility study, through permitting, de-risking, value adding, and trying to gain that 5 to 10 time multiple that we discussed earlier. And it's a pure value proposition for shareholders. And that's what we're working towards. That's what we're offering.
Fantastic. Well, sounds like there's a lot of potential, a lot of upside here, and some exciting maybe catalysts in the near-term future. Jim, thanks so much for joining us.
Well, thank you very much for having me.